Right, bam, we're recording. Here we go. What an intro. Right, I'm back. It's been a year. Getting Discord notifications, fantastic. It's been a year. I did this during the January transfer window of 2023, and the season didn't go very well, did it? I think we had just signed, or we were in the process of signing Harry Souttar and Christiansen. And then, yeah, obviously we know what happened um, with the relegation. But I'm back. I thought I'd bring it back. I was trying to think of something to do in my spare time. And to be fair, I quite enjoyed the first couple of episodes I did on this, the good old Foxy's Friday. So I'm going to bring it back and I'm going to be more consistent. But I think I'm going to do it once a month. Because if we do it weekly, there's not a lot to talk about. It's only during transfer windows where you could probably get away with doing it weekly. So, yeah, I'm going to stick to doing it monthly. We'll see what happens. If there's any big news, I might drop a sort of random video in just to talk about things. But yeah, for my YouTube channel, the description does say it's a commentary channel about things I'm interested in. But this series is just gonna be, it's called Foxy's Friday. We're just gonna talk about Leicester City Football Club, and if I bring out other series or one-off videos about other topics, I might do. But anyway, let's crack on. So, January transfer window. We're 2 weeks in, nearly. Not a lot's happened. We are rumoured to be selling Danny Ward to Sheffield United. From what I've heard, a deal has been agreed, a fee's been agreed, and it's just contract negotiations between the player and Sheffield United. That's good. We've got 5 goalkeepers in the senior squad, so I think we've got 5. We've got 4 or 5. So yeah, we definitely need Danny Ward gone because he's probably on the most wages. Daniel Iverson's obviously gone on loan to Stoke City, which is a good move for him and us. He's obviously not in Enzo's plans, but he's still probably got a decent bit of potential to get better since he's fairly young. And maybe Championship is probably his level, so he could be someone we offload in the summer, which seems sensible since I guess we gave him a chance last season. It didn't really work out for him, unfortunately. But I think a big part of that was the way we played. I mean, we played a similar style of football last season with the sideways passes, and playing out from the back under Rodgers, which is very similar to how we play now under Maresca. But I think under Maresca, especially now that I've got a season ticket this season, I've really been able to see sort of the tactics involved in how we play a lot more close up. And I think the wing play is a lot different. Like, we don't really have fullbacks that overlap. We obviously have Ricardo, who starts out as a right back and then basically comes in and does like a holding midfield role to help overload the midfield, which is really working well, especially on the counter attack. It helps, and then it also plugs a gap in midfield. It just so he can pick up an extra man, which allows people like Dewsbury Hall and Wilfred Ndidi playing in those more advanced roles are able to press the opposition, and it seems to be working really well. Obviously, I guess we talk once more. Obviously, the other transfer rumour is it Sensi from Inter Milan? Yeah, Stefano Sensi. He's injury prone. He's played 1 game all season for Inter. I think it was a substitute appearance. He's worth about 20 million euros according to Transfer Market, from what I've seen. And then I think the negotiations are we want to loan him for the rest of the season with the option to buy, because obviously we've got Wilfred Ndidi out for at least 6 weeks. I believe it is 6 to 8 weeks. So I guess it's sensible. Enzo says he likes the style of player he is. So yeah, I mean, loan deals, they're like a common thing now, especially with smaller clubs like us, um, trying to be as economical as possible, especially now that we don't have the revenue like we did in previous years by being in the Premier League and being in Europe as well. I think loan to buy deals are really good. We obviously had that with uh, Ademola Lookman, and unfortunately we didn't make the purchase on that one. We could have signed him for, I think it was £80 million, and I think that would have been a steal because, as you can see, since he's been at Atalanta, he's been firing on all cylinders, and I think we've really missed a gem of a player there. But now we've obviously got Fatawu, who's on a loan to buy from Lisbon. So hopefully we can come to some form of agreement with Lisbon in the summer to sign him on a permanent, because I've been really impressed by Abdul Fatawu this season. He's a very positive attacking player, takes on his man, isn't afraid to have a shot from outside the box. He's been really unlucky, to be fair. He's hit the woodwork on numerous occasions, especially in the home games. I can remember him hitting the bar at least twice and the post at least twice. So he's a very creative player, and I like it. It reminds me of Mahrez in a way, just the way that he cuts on inside onto his left and has a shot and tries to bend it in the far corner. But he's still young, so yeah, definitely hope we sign him in the summer. No, what else? So new players, new signings. We've got quite a lot because there was a big offload of players. So obviously Harry Winks, I think he's the biggest name, other than maybe Conor Cody, you could say. I've really been impressed with Harry Winks, like the way he controls the tempo of the midfield, the way he pings passes side to side really quickly, links up the play, sits in that number 8 role really well, and just basically controls the game for us when he's starting games, which I think he has 90% of the time. So yeah, I think he was a quality signing. I think I was at the beginning of the season, I was a bit, I don't know, pessimistic about what he could do for us, but he's definitely shown his Premier League level because he stands out big time in the Championship. Another one, Mavididi. I think he arguably is the best signing in my opinion. Harry Winks is definitely a close second, but just the way Mavididi just takes his man on every time he's on the ball, if he can, he just goes for it. Obviously, he's similar to Fatawu in the way that he's good at cutting inside and having a shot, especially. I'm trying to remember who it was against. I can't remember who it was against now. It weren't like, I think it was it Ipswich? I think it might have been against Ipswich. I can't remember now. My brain's gone blank. But yeah, really impressed. He obviously has just been given Player of the Month, and Enzo Maresca's had Manager of the Month. I think I voted for Mavididi, to be fair, myself on the PFA website because I think he definitely deserved it. The funny thing about that was I think Daka was nominated as well, and I went through Daka's story link on Instagram to vote and then voted for Mavididi. So, but yeah, I mean, Daka had a good month too, but he just scored tap-ins, didn't he, really? Let's be honest. So, and then another new signing, Conor Cody. We haven't seen much of him. We obviously know what he does there. He's a great leader, great in the changing room. I think he's great, like interpersonal skills. I think he's just a big character in the dressing room, and I think his leadership skills are definitely going to help the youngsters, especially people like Ben Nelson, Lewis Brunt maybe when he comes back from his loan. Yeah, really glad we signed him. Obviously, he's had his first injury, big injury of his career at the beginning of the season, which was unfortunate. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him more in the team. But obviously, we'll get on to why that's a problem shortly, because let's just talk about Yannick Vestergaard. I know he's not a new signing, but what a player. Okay, yes, he's got no pace. Yes, he does make the odd mistake, but he's shown his class this season. I mean, he's definitely a Premier League player. Let's just say that. Yes, he wasn't given the opportunities under Rodgers, but my some of the performances he's put in this season, like the amount of headers he's won, the amount of just duels in general, the amount of interceptions, tackles, he's been really good. I'd say he's been a 7, 8 out of 10 every game. And then there's obviously Wout Faes. He's had a good season, but I'm not going to get too excited about him. I like his crunching slide tackles when he gets stuck in, but I think he's found his level because let's not forget about last season. Okay, he was crap. He was one of the reasons we got relegated because of how bad he was. So I'm not going to hype him up too much. I do like him. Don't get me wrong. Gets stuck in. It's physical, but he's got so many mistakes in him, and he's always out of position. You can always see Justin or Ricardo having to cover for him because he just goes up to the halfway line and doesn't cover his winger, or you know what I mean. He doesn't mark his man. Always loses his man. Pay attention to that when you win next play against Cov tomorrow. He always loses his man, but sometimes he gets back just in time and gets a crunching slide tackle in, so I'll let him off most of the time. Who else have we got? New signings. Fatawu we've spoken about. Just going through the team. Tom Cannon, what a signing. I mean, obviously we had to wait quite a few months for him to get to see him given game time, but he's so clinical. So clinical. Every time he's been through on goal or he's been given the ball like around the edge of the box, he gets a shot off. He scores. He scored. How many is it? Is it 3, 4 goals he scored in 3 games? He looks quality. I think he's going to be really good. I know that he did well for Preston last season on loan from Everton. I think there's definitely a Premier League player in him. Maybe I'm jumping the gun too early, but from what I've seen in the short amount of time he's been playing and starting for us, I definitely see him being a good, solid Premier League striker. Hold on, I just need to let my cat out of my room. There we go. Right. Where was I? So yeah, Tom Cannon, yeah, really good, really impressed. I just like his tenacity and his finishing. Any more new signings I'm forgetting? I don't think I'm forgetting any more. Oh, Mads Hermansen, the goalkeeper. That's probably a big one. What can I say about Mads Hermansen? I mean, he hasn't had loads to do, to be fair, because of how good our defence has been. But he's made some good saves. Which home game was it? It wasn't too long ago. Was it Millwall? I think it was Millwall. He made 2 really good saves against Millwall when we won 3-2 in the league. Yeah, I think it was the Millwall game. But there has been other games as well. He's made really good, like, he gets to the ground quickly, and especially with those ones where they go into the bottom corner, he gets down well and palms it out of trouble. So yeah, a good, decent shot stopper. It's very agile. He's completely different to Kasper Schmeichel. I'm just comparing him because they're Danish. I guess I could compare him to Iversen as well. He's completely different to him. Because obviously he's a slender bloke. He's younger than me. That's something I've started to realise now. I'm 24. Like half these players who are coming onto the scene, or young footballers who look like they could be really good, are younger than me, which is weird. But yeah, I think he's 20, 21. I do like his shot stopping. It's just obviously on the ball, his distribution for 90% of the time is good. It's just when he passes it too short, when there's an opposition player literally behind the person he's passing to, with his, obviously he's got his, the defender will be facing our goal, and there's always, it seems like it happens too many times where he passes it to someone he doesn't need to pass to. Like he could, like Mavididi often makes runs. I know Daka does as well. Like he could just launch it and get us out of trouble, and he decides to pass it to like Harry Winks or Ricardo when there's literally a man on them. So that's a bit frustrating at times, but that will come with time. I think he'll learn when is the right time to pass it out from the back and when he needs to just get rid. So that's just like a learning curve, really. But yeah, I think that's all of the key new signings. I don't think I'm forgetting any more. Obviously, we've seen a bit of McAteer this season. In a few spells, he's done well. There's been what's the other one? What's his name? Wanya Marcel. That's it. He's not really impressed me, but he's obviously got given a new contract, so Enzo must think he's got potential. Pratt, or otherwise known as Sick Note in most of the Leicester fan group chats on Facebook. It's been obviously, yes, it's a bit of a problem. We need to get Pratt gone now. I used to like him, but he's taking the piss a bit, really. Vardy's back, which is good. Will Alves, looking forward to seeing him get some game time, hopefully towards the end of the season, because he looks really good. Unfortunately, obviously, he did his ACL, I think, in pre-season, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I guess we move on to the Coventry game now. I think I've covered all the new players, especially all the key ones. Coventry, M69 derby, 12:30 kickoff, Saturday the 13th of Jan. I'm not really. I mean, there's obviously a lot of hype for this because it's a derby match. I don't think Coventry have been that good this season. I mean, we can look at the Championship table. I think they're bottom half, aren't they? Let's have a gander. They're 8th now. Okay, so they are pushing for the playoffs again. But let's just look. So they've only won 9 matches and we've won 21. I think that says a lot. They've lost more than they've won. They lost, obviously, is it Gyökeres? However you pronounce that, to Lisbon. He's their top goal scorer from last season, and I think that's really hindered them. I think you can see that. Obviously, they're back into the playoff race now, but I've not been impressed with Coventry from what I've seen this season. I mean, look, you can see that goals for 38, which is still okay, but I don't think they've scored enough. They've definitely lost a good centre forward and haven't really replaced him. There's about a 10 goal difference, which isn't bad, but they might creep into the playoffs. Who knows? Still plenty of the season left to go. Still got another 4 months. But I think we'll win comfortably tomorrow. I think my initial prediction when I was thinking about it yesterday was 2-1 to Leicester, but I think I'm going to go 3-1 now because I don't, maybe even, I mean, we're away. We're at the Ricoh Arena. I don't know if it's still called that, but the Ricoh Arena, it could be. I think the atmosphere won't be a problem though, because our away support this season has been immense. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to go to any away games because getting tickets is right pain in the arse, and also I'm not a big fan of travelling the UK, especially not on a coach. I don't mind the train, but everything's sold out basically. You have to have loads of like away priority points, and since I've only had a season ticket for a season, I haven't been able to get down to any away games. This would definitely be one I'd have liked to have gone to, but it was sold out in like a couple of days. And obviously you have to wait, depending on how many points you've got, you have to wait for a certain day to buy tickets for them to be available to you, like your tier. And it never got to that point; they were already sold out. So yeah, I'm gonna go with 3-1 is my prediction, but I can see them causing us a couple of problems just because we always like to make things hard for ourselves. That's just the Leicester way. But yeah, I'm going to go 3-1. I think Tom Cannon, if he starts, I think he'll be on the score sheet. Probably Mavididi will score as well. So if you're putting a bet on, I'd put over 2.5 goals, Mavididi and Cannon to score, or Mavididi to score or assist, something like that. But yeah, that's been the first Foxes Friday, well, the first reboot episode. I've got rid of the other two because I thought, yeah, this is number one, and I'm going to make sure it's not just a New Year fad. It's going to carry on once a month on a Friday, after I finish work on a Friday, record it, edit, well, whack a thumbnail on and upload it straight to YouTube. So yeah, anything you want me to sort of go into more detail about, or any of your thoughts, maybe your predictions for the game tomorrow, drop them in the comments. Obviously, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a month's time. Come on, you foxes. Hi, I'm back. I have just come through Transfer Market and realised I have missed not one, not two, but 3 other new signings. They are all loan signings, but we've got Younes Akgün, who I didn't say anything about. Not a lot to talk about. He's a bit hot and cold. Some games when he comes on, he plays well. Some games he doesn't really do a lot. He just gives the ball away. So yeah, not really impressed with Akgün. He's fast though. He's got that going for him. And then we've obviously got Cesar. Is it Cesar? Or I don't know. Cesar Casadei is what I'm going to go for. Cesare Casadei. Definitely see potential in him. Very good in the air. He's good at driving forward. Really impressed. Obviously, I was really impressed with his performance in the FA Cup against Millwall. I think he got man of the match in the end. He did a lot better in that game than he had in any of these other games. And he scores goals. He gets in the right areas. So yeah, definitely got potential, but I don't know if he's worth signing, and he'll be very expensive being at Chelsea. I think that €10 million can be ignored. Chelsea are definitely going to be wanting £20 million plus. And then we've got one more, Callum Doyle. Obviously played majority of the season, and then picked up a niggly injury. He's slow. He's very good at tackling. Like one-on-one duels, he's really good. Gets stuck in. He's passing. He's long ball. I mean, that long ball he did for Cannon against Millwall in the FA Cup, really good. But other than that, not really impressed me, to be fair. I think a lot of fans were hyping him up at the beginning of the season, and I was a bit confused because it's like, yeah, he gets stuck in. Well, that's what defenders should do. I just think we haven't been used to seeing. I guess he was playing a bit like a fullback, left back at the start. I think that was when Justin wasn't getting in the team. But yeah, he's too slow. He's definitely got potential to get a lot better, but if Man City were willing to let him go, obviously he's got a value of 15 million euros according to Transfer Market. I wouldn't want to see him getting signed for anything over 15 million pounds. I don't think he's worth more than that. But yeah, not bad, not bad. So yeah, that's everything. I just literally realised I missed those three off. And especially Cassidy has been a fairly influential player. Definitely when he came on anyway, got a few important goals. I think I can remember him. He's got at least one like winner where we were drawing and he came on for the last 20 minutes and got a goal. I think it might have been his first goal of the season, to be fair. So I remember everyone going mental in the good old corner near Union FS near where I sit, yeah, and it went pretty loud in the good old singing section. But yeah, I don't understand why that section is getting a lot of hate, especially from away fans. I think it was Plymouth. I think it was when we played Plymouth at home, and then they zoomed in on them and said, "What the fuck is this?" It's like they're bringing atmosphere to. If they weren't there, it'd be a fucking library. So yeah, don't understand the hate towards them. Big up the ultras, big up Union FS. I sit near you, so yeah, respect. But yeah, that is episode 1 now done. Please like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I'll be back in a month. I've already said all this, I know, but goodbye.